Hey everyone, welcome if you are new here. My name is Ashiba, and I wanted to share with you guys a realistic day in my life. So, I did a little grocery haul, and I always put my fruits to kind of soak in some baking soda for like 25 to 30 minutes, and then I got some chicken here and some ground turkey. I like these for like wings in the air fryer. And then avocado for good fats and some protein. Now, if you know me, there's always different projects that need to get done. And so the weekend is where most of them are. So I bought these little cute little wall decal things, and I wanted to put them on my, what I call my feature wall in my bedroom. And so they come with a little peel and stick. Now, one of them was cracked in delivery, so I have it downstairs kind of just with some wood glue sitting. But isn't that cute? Look at that. I still have to paint my room, so this is just like my baseline color, but I'm always the person that needs to make my space what I want it to make in the interim, wherever I am in the transition, and then I can always adjust. So it's reset day. So I made my bed, I changed my sheets, and my pillowcases are washing for the duvet cover. So yeah, so the third one is what I'm thinking about putting in that side corner over there somewhere. So as I do loads of laundry, I like to kind of, pack out one for one, exchange for one. So I pack out to be able to receive the next one, because I cannot take when they're all packed up in multiple bags in my room and going from the laundry basket for stuff. That don't work for my psyche and my temperament. So because I know how I am, I have to just replace one. So structure works for my life. I'm a mom of 3, 2 young adults and 1 teenagers, and you gotta be on them. And I'm also self-employed. So for those of you that do not know, I work as a nurse practitioner for myself, and I also have some other collaborative gigs that I do in the community with other colleagues. So yeah, I have to stay organized. So if I don't, it all goes to fire. London's burning, my brain's burning, and I get stressed. And I'm in this period of my life where stress does not correlate with anything I want to do. I just want to be able to be productive, do the work I love, and thrive. So I call this my Thrive Girl era. So this is my little closet. I walk in here and I hang my uniforms up and all that stuff, and I'm trying to get my space more organized. So I'm on a decluttering binge too, so a little at a time. I just try to do make some progress each weekend, and to be able to have the ultimate goal. So let's choose some clothes, because I'm still in my pajamas, and this is what we gonna wear when I'm done up here. Okay, it's raining today, so I just want to be comfortable. So yeah, I'm gonna change my pillowcases, and the other 2 that the shams are still washing, I'll just leave those there. But I don't know, I feel like they make these pillowcases, they say queen size, and then I got a queen size pillow, and I'm fighting to get this thing to fit. Am I the only one? Just like get in there, and still it don't get in there. So thankfully, you could turn it around, so that part don't really share. But yeah, I feel like from my get up in the mornings on my reset days, I don't sit back down until it's night, unless it's really a day that I'm kind of vegging out, whereas I don't plan to do anything at all that day but rest. And I have to be intentional about rest, because I think I'm a workaholic in recovery, to be quite honest. And so my default would be like, oh, just get shit done. You got stuff to do, and you got to do it. So do it. Whereas now I'm trying to really be in a space where I'm not just working, but I'm enjoying my life because I've had a couple deaths that were close to me, and it just makes you realize that we are all on a timer and life is fleeting. So this is my linen spray. I always get that when I make my bed every day. I freshen up my bed, my linens. It just has a nice smell. So these were my Mother's Day flowers that I had gotten at dinner the week before, and so it's time to kind of like clear them out. Even my incense that I like, my tray gets full, and I do have somebody that comes and help me clean every other week, so she comes twice a month. But in between that point in time, I clean my house. I mop, I sweep, I do all that stuff. So for me, it's what kind of keeps me from going insane on the weeks that I maybe have deadlines, or I need to get homework completed for school. Right now, two of my kids are graduating. One's graduating from college and from high school and going to college, and the other one's about to graduate from middle school and go to high school. So there's a lot of transition that's been happening in the past month, and I have to stay organized, child, because I still got to take care of these clients. So I come back downstairs. Today is going to be a day where I just kind of clean up and I cook dinner for the kids, and it's been about 30 minutes later now, so the grapes are kind of like good to go from the thing, and I have to taste them. Yes, it's good. But wash your fruits and veggies and make them soak, because the water be very dirty. You'd be surprised. So I do that to the strawberries next, because the kids like to use that in their Greek yogurt and eat it. So I'm gonna set that for another 30 minutes. So the key is not to be wasting the day, guys. It's still multitask intentionally, and since it's a rainy day, things still needed to get done. But listen to that. So now I'm gonna go drop my son to work, the older one, because he's got a little part-time gig. And of course, I'm in the car waiting for them. Now I get back and it's time to prep for dinner. So they like these lemon pepper wings that I've just been cooking for like on and off for the past couple of weeks. And they're easy, they're quick, and child, listen, I'm all about easy and what flows in my life. So there goes my little lemon pepper season. That's like the base of my stuff. And then I like seasoning. I grew up in a house where we use seasoning all the time. And then I like to spray a little olive oil on my things, just kind of make your seasoning just soaking a little bit better, especially when you're about to do a quick cook. That's my personal opinion. I'm not a chef, so, don't quote me on that one. I like little spice, so does the kids. So, as a single mom, we do what we like and season up your food how you like it. And whatever works for you, do it. So the best thing I could have done was gotten a larger air fryer, because I had a small one before. And I was like, people are saying, hey, you could cook the meat in the air fryer instead of like having to light the whole oven and then the whole house get hot. And, I'm like, I have to really think about how to make my life easier. That was the best investment. I put a little brown in. If you're from the Caribbean, that's my brown in to, give your meat a little color. Make it look nice and brown and crispy, as we say in the Caribbean. You just rub it in on there, and everything just kind of sit there. I let it sit there for a few minutes, like 30 minutes, because it was a quick cook, and then I move on to the next thing. So here's the piece that was kind of set in with the wood glue. So let's go upstairs and put it up on my wall now, because I'm kind of enough. And I like when I have something on my mind that needs to get done, it just has to get done. That's me. It's like it stays on the mental paper until I can clear the task off the list. So I have to follow through. Otherwise, it drives me nuts. So what do you think about it there? I don't know. You have to kind of balance back out. Maybe come down a little bit lower and turn it around. What do you think? Guess it. That view look a little bit better.
So that looks good right there.
I think I kind of like it because it kind of line up with the other side. And when I wake up in the morning and look across there, I'll be like, oh yes, let's get the day started because I feel calm and nice and it's my space, right? And your space, do whatever you want. This wall isn't even finished. I plan to get some more self-portraits of myself. You can upload them and then just put it. So my younger son, his hair needs to be retied because he has locks. And child, 2 graduations, 2 proms are coming up. I can't wait till last minute to do everything. And since today's Sunday and then tomorrow they are off from school for the holiday, so I'm actually gonna start it today so that tomorrow I can finish it because I also will be off from work. So I just kind of spritz it up to moisturize it because he's a tender-headed child. And I set the timer for 30 minutes. And that's the progress I made in 30 minutes. But later in the evening, I would do another 30 minutes, or an hour. So that tomorrow we don't have so much to do. That's it. That's how I stay organized. So I'm going to cook my dinner now because the meat been marinating for more than 30 minutes. Wash my hands and let's get myself together. But I don't think I've drank any water all morning, and I remember feeling a little parched at this point in the game, and I was like, all right, let me drink some water and just bang this out. I also have to do a little bit of work today on the computer. Since I am self-employed, I have to make sure there are no fires, right? And I'm just plugging in the bigger air fryer here because, baby, I can load all the meat in one sitting, and that is the reason why I love it. So you rinse out your pot because make her do it with some rice and salad. So I'm just taking from the rice bag and we're gonna wash our rice and get together on the stove. How do you like to cook your rice? Tell me in the comments. I always at baseline will add my salt to taste, and then I'll add butter to it. It just does something to the rice and the texture and give it a little bit of different flavor. My daughter sometimes will make yellow rice, so she'll add like her sazon and other little jazzy. We also have this thing called seasoned rice in the Caribbean where we can put like onions and saltfish or ackee because I'm Jamaican if you did not know, and we put it in there and make that pot a rice. And I know in other cultures they have things called pilau where they can cook meat together in their rice. We do rice and peas. There's so many different options. So I loaded the chicken wings in there. And I only have to make one round. I set that bad boy for 18 minutes and I went to do the salad prep. So, I'm trying to be healthier. So I'm trying to have balance from the food groups, and it takes preparation. And so I prep a little salad and then my chickens are done. And guess what? Because I'm tracking my food, I have to weigh them. So we're going to do that next. So I weigh my rice and share it out, and then I weigh my chicken and whatever else I'm going to eat. So I log it so I get the right caloric count because I'm on a 1,500 calorie deficit right now because I'd like to lose like 10 pounds and just remain healthy for myself. So the behaviors and the lifestyle come. And girl, I am going to weigh my bones because I never eat them. So one of the tricks I learned is that when you eat your meat and you take off your bone, look at that. That's 21 extra grams I would be taking credit for that I did not eat. And so, earlier I pack out a laundry, so I have to throw a load of laundry in. So this is what I'm doing here. And my laundry is in the basement and it's, construction. So hence the background. And then I fold up my sheet because that's the one that I took off my bed. So I like to just get them together when I'm going to pack them away. They're already folded to go upstairs. So I had to check the telehealth portal to see what was going on and answer some portal messages from patients, and then send through a couple of refills. And that took me maybe about 30 minutes because that's what I allot myself. I don't want to be working too many long hours on Sunday. So I'm very intentional about that. After I finish all of that, I have to jump in the car because it's time to pick up my son from work. I'm very proud of him for having a little job while he is in school. And so, yeah, it's still raining at this point in time, but I'm ready. You could tell I'm done from all the crap I did today. And then on Sunday, sometimes I rest and sometimes I walk, depending on how many days I got. And he wanted to drive home because he's learning. And so, yeah, I let him. So, we talk about like being there for everybody else. If I'm that type of a mom, I'm there for my family, but I make time for myself now. I never used to be like that. I used to just be like, oh, crash and burn kind of thing. But now I'm intentional. It's 10:15. I just came back from picking up my son, and I'm going to give myself what I need in this moment. And that's a question I ask myself is, what do you need right now, Shaima? Or what do you need today, depending on what I have going on. So I'm going to take me a nice little shower. And I recently discovered Salt and Stone products, and I am in heaven because now I have 2 or 3 of their fragrances that I love, and the saffron and cedar is one of them, and the santal and vetiver is the other one. And then this my shower oil. It's almost done. Oh, when you come out, your skin feels silky smooth with that one, and it lasts me a long time. So let's get to washing off this day. I think taking a nice shower is symbolic of just washing away the tension or the challenges of the day. And then put on your nice pajamas, like don't wait for no special occasion. So here's the matching deodorant that I use from that product, and I make my own face toner. So that's what I'm spraying here. And it's a rose petal I pick from my garden, and I keep it in my refrigerator. And then after I tone, I moisturize. So that's my thing for my face. See, I have to hide around the corner, PG. And then that's like my after skincare routine that I mix together with my little cocoa butter and body butter, and I lotion up because I like my skin to feel nice. And then, you feel nice, you put on your nice clothes, and it's like a little regimen for me at the end of the day. And I play my jazz in the background while doing that. And you protect your hair from moisture, you have to keep the moisture in with my type of hair. And then I love this. This is the dupe for the YSL Libre. And I like that smell and that fragrance when I'm going to bed. So I spritz up my little body because I don't need to smell nice for a man. I like to smell nice for myself all the time. So when I talk about intentionality, I make time to kind of do my mindset too. I normally meditate in the morning, and so at night I try to end with a stretch, loosen up all the tension in my body, and just like reground and recenter my mind. And it's one of the things that tells my nervous system, okay, you've done all you've done for today. The day is complete. Honor all that you've done by ending with taking care of yourself. And I find that I never used to stretch a lot. So now I read the Atomic Habits, and I created a list of healthy habits that I wanted for myself. And stretching at least once a day is on that list. And so sometimes if I miss the morning stretch, I will definitely end with the nighttime one. Just because I just feel more centered, and I feel like I really let everything go in order to rest. I like to, sometimes I'll be verbal and audible with humming, and as one of those things that kind of reset your nervous system. But yeah, I am just winding down, and this is my me time. And the kids usually know when I retire to my room to do my routine, unless something really wrong with them emergent wise, it's a wrap. It's done. And then I usually leave my mat out in case I get up to pee in the middle of the night. I like when I come off of my bed that I step on it, you know? So I don't sleep on my little pretty pillows. I put them over to the side, and I bring my sleep mate, which is my weighted sloth. He's 4 pounds, and I think they made his face with a little smirk on it. So he keeps my company. And say hello to Sluffy. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you like this type of content, okay?